In this video, we're going to take a look at a definite integral. It is going to be just a basic u-substitution integral, ultimately with a natural log in there, but one that would be typically found in a Calc 1 class. All right, so if I'm going to start this with a basic u-substitution, I'm going to let my u be that entire denominator of x minus 1. I'm going to go ahead and take the derivative of both sides, so I'll have a du is equal to dx, 1 dx. All right, so then that's all I have to do at that point. Then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to rewrite this so that I'm in terms of u. Okay, so I'm going to have the integral. I'm going to leave off the -1 and the -9 because those are limits of integration for x, since this is all written in terms of x. But I'm going to rewrite this. I'm going to have a 1 on top here. I'm going to substitute my u for that x minus 1, and then substitute dx for du. I am now with an integral in terms of u, so I do not want to put the -1 and the -9 on there, since those are limits of integration for x. All right, now once I am here, hopefully at this point you have the integral of 1 over u memorized. That's just going to be the natural log, absolute value of u plus c. Okay, now I want to get back in terms of x so that I can evaluate this integral. Okay, so I'm going to put the x minus 1 back in for u. So I'll have natural log absolute value x minus 1. All right, now I'm back in terms of x here. So then I can say, okay, I'm going to reintroduce my limits of integration for x, put those on there so that I can evaluate this. All right, plugging in a -1 here, -1 minus 1 will give me a -2. So I'm going to have natural log absolute value of a -2, and then minus, I'm going to plug in that -9. When I plug in -9, -9 minus 1 is going to give me a -10. So natural log, absolute value of -10. All right, taking the absolute values of both of those, then we'll have the natural log of a 2 minus the natural log of a 10. Okay, and if you don't have a calculator, we can just go ahead and leave it like that. You could use a calculator, decimal approximation. You're probably just going to have to follow the directions on your exam, test, homework, whatever it is, to find out exactly what form they want it in. Your decimal approximation is a -1.609. All right, so basically just a pretty straightforward u-substitution definite integral. All right, but again, the main emphasis here has to be on the fact that these are limits of integration for x, because I'm 1 over x minus 1 dx. Everything's in terms of x. So when I'm in my, equations in terms of u, which is right here, I definitely do not want to include those, the -1 and the -9, because those are limits of integration for x. Once I get the equation back in terms of x, then I can reintroduce those. All right, a little bit later on, farther on into a calculus class, then they would show you how to change those limits of integration. All right, because changing the limits of integration from limits of integration from x to u does make the problem a little bit simpler, but this one was a short enough and easy enough problem we didn't need to worry about that. Definitely thanks for watching. If the videos are helping, please share with your friends so they can benefit too, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks.